evening. Good evening. Welcome to this channel. My name is Solomon, and I host this particular channel. It's a pleasure for me being here and you being on the other side. I'm really happy, and you being here to watch this means a lot to me. Please do click on the subscribe button below, just down there. Click on the subscribe button, click on the bell so that you can get notifications activated or put in action, so that if there is a new release, a new post, you'll be able to know that this is what has happened and you will get notified about it. Also, please do share this video, share the information with your friends, share with others, so that someone out there who may be in a difficult situation, may be in a position where they need help, they need to get a word of comfort, a word of support, may find this video and listen to this video, and it may change a life. It may make someone change their position on something. Having said that, you all are you're wonderful, and I will go straight to the subject of this time. The topic will be how to be a good friend. Yes, you heard me well. How to be a good friend. It's easy. It's a simple thing, but very complicated and very different. Very difficult, rather. How to be a good friend. So, I'll start by looking at a layman's definition of what a friend is, or who a friend is. A friend is a person with whom you share or have a special bond, a bond of affection, precisely. And this bond doesn't mean it has to be kind of sexual bond. No. It doesn't have to be blood ties like family. No. It is a mutual affection between two persons, especially two persons. Now, with this bond, there are 5 different elements that need to be present. You have affection, you have love, you have loyalty, you have respect, and you have trust. You can't be in a relationship, you can't be a friend when you do not trust, you do not respect, and you are not loyal, you do not love your partner, or you do not show affection. That is not friendship. It's not possible. It's not possible. Okay? It will be a fake union. Yeah, a very fake union. Now, when you get into a relationship, when you become a friend, there is something called emotional safety which becomes created, which gets created. Emotional safety makes it creates vulnerability. You become vulnerable to the other person. You do not think before you speak sometimes. You do not even reflect on your words. You just spill them out as they come. You know that person is your friend. You just say what you want to say, and then you say, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. You know, this is what happens. Now, it's not bad. It shows that you are friends. You are ready to be vulnerable in front of that person. So that is good. However, for friendship to be actually established, there is need for 3 components to be present. The first one, my views. The second one, my feelings. The third one, my values. So you have my views, how I view things, how I see things, how I perceive, how I reflect and think on these things, determine how I get into a relationship. My feelings. Am I of a choleric temperament, a sanguinary temperament? Do I like to laugh? Do I like to play? Do I just get angry spontaneously? What kind of person are you? Okay? That will determine how you get into the relationship. Now, you also look at the values. Someone who takes to morality at a very high level it becomes difficult for that person to merge with another person who doesn't care much about what is considered bad or good. In essence, values are important to a person. So my values will determine how I get into a relationship, how I stay in the relationship, and how I move out of it. My views, my feelings, the same way. Thank you. I know you're having some wonderful thoughts now. Some questions are beginning to pop in your minds. And we are rolling. We continue to move on as we step into the crux of the matter. Now, a good friend is that person who will talk to you no matter the subject that you have on the table, no matter how difficult that subject is. He will talk to you. She will talk to you. She will address them. She will tell you the way the thing is. The person will paint it black and white to you and give them to you the way they're supposed to be fed out to you. That is a friend. Sometimes the circumstances may be very difficult. One person may be involved in something that involves guilt. And when that happens, they may not want to say it, they may not want to share. But a real friend will address it, will call a spade, will call white, and will put the square peg in the square hole. The other friend may not be very happy or too satisfied about the approach to it. However, at the end, after some time, he or she will come to appreciate what the friend did by addressing the elephant in the room. Now, remember that each time a good friend rebukes the other one, it is done in love. It is done with grace. It is done with the interest of the friend at heart, to help them grow, to help them come out of dark thoughts, to help them come out of self-pity, self-recrimination, self-punishment. It is to help them come out of a dark environment, a dark place, into where there is light, where there is peace, where there is joy, where there is understanding. That is where they want to bring them out to. That is what a friend does. So if you want to be a good friend, these are qualities you need to exhibit. Now, someone said if you've been a friend with someone for up to 7 years, you no longer become friends. You become family. I agree to that. Yes, I agree to that. If after 7 years of being a friend with someone, you eat together, you talk, you sleep together, you share the same place, the same environment, share information, you share secrets, you're no longer friends. You're family. Yes, you're family. Now, I will just be mentioning some of the points, some of the things that a good friend needs to do, or who a good friend needs to be. Now, as a good friend, you always see your friend. That's the other one. As a good egg. You always see your friend as a good egg. Even though you know that egg is slightly cracked somewhere. You know that egg has a crack. Yet, you make your friend feel that he or she is a good egg. That is a good friend. We all have flaws. We have weaknesses. And you as a friend, you need to make your friend to know they are worth something. There is an element of goodness in them. You need to let them know that they are still worth a lot, irrespective of their shortcomings. They still mean a lot to themselves. They mean a lot to their families. They mean a lot to the society. And they have a purpose of existence. A good friend reminds the other one about these qualities. The next great point or duty that the person or a person needs to do to show that he or she is a good friend is to feel that inner energy, that warmth that comes out, or that boils inside you each time you see your friend. You know, each time you set eyes on your friend, I mean your friend, somebody who is truly your friend, you feel you feel like your heart leaps inside you, leaps with joy inside you. The opposite of this feeling is exactly what you feel. Okay? It's exactly what you feel when you set eyes on someone that you do not like, someone you do not want to see, someone you feel gives you trouble, disturbs you, stands in your path, and somebody you want to avoid at all costs. Each time you set eyes on such a person, you feel like something sharp has pierced your heart. You feel the adrenaline moving into your blood, into your veins. You feel that panic, your heart beating fast. But this time, when you see a friend, a person you love, a person you call your friend, you feel that lightness in you. The hormones produced this time are different. You feel happy. Just like a child who receives constant warmth, care, and support from the mother becomes so attached to the mother. So is the relationship between friends. You see a friend, you feel peace. You feel that calmness. You know, whatever happens, this is my person. I am fine. No matter what happens, I have backup. No matter what happens, I have someone beside me. That is a friend. As we continue with this discussion, please drop your comments below. Do subscribe, please. Subscribe and share this information to your friends, to some of the groups you belong to, other fora, please, so that others may get to know this message, get to learn something from this. All it takes is for someone to get one of these many points we've listed. Okay? So it's really, really important. A good friend, that's the third point. A good friend stays with you in good times. They celebrate when you're dancing. They stand with you. They congratulate you. They tell you that you deserve to be happy. They are not jealous. They are happy for you, truly happy for you. That is a good friend. Now, before we continue, I have some questions that I would like to share with you. Do you have friends? What kind of friends do you have? Do you have friends who tell you to your face what you are, what you do, who you truly are? Do you have friends who talk to you the way they would talk to themselves? Or do you have friends who shy away from their responsibility? You yourself watching me, what kind of a friend are you? If your friends were to be asked to talk something about you or to say something about you, what would they say? Ask yourself this. How good a friend have you been to your friends? All this hatred and anger, animosity, bad blood that we are all keeping against each other, how has it helped us? Do you walk along with your friend, pretending, just waiting for him to slip and fall so you can laugh behind his back? Are you that kind of a friend? What kind of a friend are you? When your friends make mistakes, do you tell them to their face? Do you correct them? A good friend will rebuke the friend in private. Tell them where they made mistakes. But out there, will protect, defend, and stand for them. That is a good friend. Remember what I said before. A good friend sees the friend as a good egg, even though he knows there's a slight crack on that egg. So, with all these questions that I've asked, think, reflect, ask yourself, what kind of a friend are you? What kind of a person are you? Are you the person who wants to change? Are you the person who wants to stay the same way you are? Do you have friends? Why do you have these friends? Do you have them because you just want to use them? Do you have friends because you're looking for a stepping stone to get to the next point in your career? Do you have friends because you want to get a social position? Do you have friends because you want to lean on them to get to a certain point and then dump them? Do you have these people as friends because you want that social class? Why are you in a relationship? Why are you called a friend? Are you the, the best fake friend? What are you? All right. As we continue to think about the kind of friend we want to become to ourselves, because you have to be honest to yourself before you can be honest to any other person. As we think about being honest to ourselves and being good as friends, we need to know that good friends celebrate each other. We move to the next point. As you celebrate your friend, you're not jealous of them. You're truly happy for them. You dance for them. A good friend is comfortable in the presence of his or her friend. They don't care. They don't feel embarrassed. Yes, a good friend doesn't feel embarrassed in front of the friend. If you get embarrassed in front of your friend, you're not a friend. You're a fake friend. Yes, you're a fake friend. Because your friend knows your secrets, knows you. You're vulnerable before them. They know you. You need to be comfortable. You need to be relaxed. With friendship comes honesty, as I mentioned before, the very beginning. When you're honest to someone, it means you tell them the truth. When you tell the truth about situations, circumstances, and yourself, you become vulnerable. So, if your friend was to become vulnerable to you, are you good a friend enough for that person to trust you? Or are you the kind of friend to whom message or information will be shared in secret, and the next day or after some time, probably when you have fallen out of friendship with that person, that person's secrets will make headline news in the community, in the city, or in the town? What kind of a friend are you? There is something I call the worst best friend. So you have the worst best friend and you have the best fake friend. If you're not a good friend, then you are either a best fake friend or the worst best friend. Sounds funny, but this is something which, if we all approach carefully, a lot of us will have a lot less pain. There are people out there who need to be comforted because their hearts have been broken severally by so-called friends. Now, This brings me to another part of this presentation, and it's all centered on a story. Now, there's this video I watched on social media. A lady was getting married, and she invited a friend of hers whom she considered to be her best friend to be her bridesmaid. Now, the bridesmaid, who is the best friend of the bride, was asked to say something nice or something or anything about her friend, her best friend. She stood up and said something. Even as I talk to you now, I still can't make sense out of what she said. What she said is challenging, it's confusing. The question I ask is, was all that supposed to have been said in front of people on the day your best friend is getting married? Is that what life should be all about? Ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, it's a privilege for me that you stop by to listen to this video. Do not stop yet, because we're going to go over to listen to this particular video I've mentioned to you. We're going to watch it, we're going to talk about it, then I will come back to conclude on some of the points that I've raised. Please stay with me, bear with me, and let's watch the video. Take a look.
For those of you who do not know who I am the bride's best friend. I've been best friends with Lulu since we were 14, and what I can say is I am very happy to be part of this beautiful day. Lulu has always been a very strong woman. She's always been very strong. I remember when we were in high school and she had her first abortion, on the same evening she was able to go out and party the night away in a nightclub, even getting herself a one-night stand, which for most of us was something we were not even familiar with. But because she's always been ahead of us, and she's always been the strong woman that makes things possible. I remember when we had to walk like for 15 miles to school when we were in high school, whether it was raining, whether it was hot, whether it was cold. But Lulu, being the problem solver that she is, she decided that she would date a taxi driver so that we could get a lift to go to school. And when we were in high school, our last year in high school, we were doing matric, and I remember we missed one of the exams, and Lulu decided that, being the good friend that she is, the good friend that she's always been to all of us, she decided that she would sleep with Mr. Kambule, who was our English teacher, so that we could all get our good marks. And when we finished high school, we all separated. I went to university because I had the best marks. Some of them went to college, and Lou went to Johannesburg to look for greener pastures. And when I didn't hear from Lulu, after years, I was convinced, like everyone, that she had become a prostitute, because we all knew that was her destiny. So it came as a surprise to me when I got an invite to come and be a bridesmaid at Lulu's wedding, because I was always convinced that I was the one who was supposed to get married first, but God decided otherwise. But what I've learned is you cannot decide anybody's destiny. I am so happy for you, my friend. I am so happy that you got a good man, because most people would look at the man that you are getting married to and think he would choose a good woman like me. But God decided that he would choose you. No, even though I'm here I'm educated, I'm beautiful, I'm available, I've never had a child, I've never had an abortion, but I decided to choose you. So being a second hand doesn't mean you are a write-off. Look at my friend today, it's a happy day, she is happy, and I'm also happy for you. And I'd like to say congratulations, and I'd like to say to the groom that I'm also happy for you. If things don't work out between you and my best friend Lulu, I'll always be there for you. I will always be there for you. You are part of my family now. You are free to call me at any time. You can ask me for anything, absolutely anything that you need. I'll be there to give it to you, because if you are married to my friend, in our culture, it's the same thing as being married to me. So whatever you need, I'll always be there for you. Congratulations, Lulu, my friend. I wish you all the best. Thank you.
Now, thank you for listening to that video. Now, quickly, let me recap. We've looked at some of the qualities that we, as persons, we need to have to become good friends. Before you get into a relationship, you need to understand that when you step into a relationship, you become vulnerable. If you're not ready to be vulnerable, do not get into a relationship. And before you get into a relationship, you need to know that your values, your feelings, your views are going to determine if you will get into that relationship, if you will stay into it, and if you move out of it. And these three components will determine how long, how far you go in the walk in the name of relationship. Ladies and gentlemen, the video I ask you to watch is not just for us to watch, but please let us not judge the bridesmaid. We learn from people's mistakes. She has said what she said to someone. They would say she went way out of line. To some, they would say she said just what she had to say. To some, they would say nothing good or nothing bad with what she said. Let us not judge her. It is a learning situation for all of us. What kind of friend do you want to be? Remember, be someone your friend can call a friend. Be someone who is filled with loyalty, someone filled with honesty, someone filled with respect, someone who loves, someone who is filled with trust and affection. Always remember, your friend is you, and you are your friend. You are one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for staying here. Please, as a reminder and as a request, do subscribe to the channel. Subscribe. The subscribe button is right there below. Subscribe to this channel. Share this video and other videos you see underneath. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. How to become a good friend and how to deal with fake friends. We need to be strong. If we must make a difference, we need to sit up. We need to know who we are and what our purpose of existence is all about. Thank you very much, and I wish you a great time. Bye-bye.